So, Teddy,
Oh, yes?
are you familiar with the cinematic event that is Freebirds?
You mean Masterpiece?
Yeah, masterpiess. It's a
Yeah,
masterpiece.
I've seen it. I just saw it for the first time, actually, like the other day with my friends.
Oh, you saw the the immortal classic.
Yeah, the movie where they go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know if people know. You said this is the movie where they go back in time to the first
It's the
Thanksgiving
first Thanksgiving
to get
to get
turkeys
turkeys off the
off the
menu.
menu.
And they make sure that you know. They say it twice.
Well, I wasn't sure actually. I wasn't sure if that was what they were
Yeah.
doing. It wasn't until the second time he said to the camera, "That's right. We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu," that I finally understood what he was saying.
They do that. They do that a lot in the movie. They like say a joke and then they repeat it, or like they have the characters laugh at it for a really long period of time until you understand that it's supposed to be funny. There's a point with the government agents where they go, how should we address the turkeys?" And they go, "with cranberry sauce," and they laugh for just 30 minutes to make sure you know that it's funny.
And it's honestly like it's not even the funniest joke to tell with like those guys. Like the joke where they talk about they don't want to fill out paperwork about the turkey and then just want to kill him. That's way funnier
Yeah, that is actually hilarious.
because it's about corporate incompetence, not corporate, governmental.
It's about a lot of things, and I don't think it does any of them well. There's a part where Jake, the big red Woody Harrelson turkey, he starts talking to the racist Native American caricature turkeys because, okay, for everyone watching who hasn't seen it, this movie is extremely racist.
It's so racist, dude.
All the turkeys of the past are like face paint, war paint Native Americans, and there's like a short, fat Mexican stereotype turkey too.
This movie is so good at racism.
If nothing else, this movie is probably the best at being the best animated movie about turkeys that is racist. Anyways, there's a point where the Woody Harrelson turkey, he starts talking to them and he's like, "I've discovered this land and I'm here to save you." And I thought it was gonna like be some riveting commentary about Columbus and what Thanksgiving is really about. But then it's just like not. Like they might have had the idea to make it clever, but then it's just not.
Let's talk about this cast for this movie a little bit, okay? You mentioned that the turkey is Woody Harrelson. The main turkey, Reggie, I think he's called, is played by Owen Wilson.
Yes, Lightning McQueen himself.
Which is interesting because, like, it's a movie about Owen Wilson and there's a lot of time travel, and Owen Wilson goes time traveling, which makes you think, like, you just did it so much better in Loki. If you really want to get, like, your time traveling Owen Wilson fix, like, you could go with Freebirds, or you could go with Loki.
You could.
And one of them is like a cinematic masterpiece that like spans many timelines, and the other is Loki.
The other's Loki. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen Loki, but my family has. They tell me I would like it. But instead I watched Freebirds.
My favorite thing about Freebirds, as someone who's like a huge time travel fan, like I'm a huge fan of time travel stories, the time travel in this movie makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a pair. I don't want to spoil Freebirds because
You-
it has a great twist that isn't forced at all.
I think you can spoil Freebirds.
Okay.
It's been out for 10 years after all.
Woody Harrelson turkey. His whole arc is, the great turkey told me I have to go save turkey kind by going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. That's right. I go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get fucking whatever, turkeys off the menu.
Or whatever he says. I'm not sure what the exact wording.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say it enough times. But then it's revealed that Reggie, the main turkey, was the great turkey, and he went back in time to when Jake was little to make sure that Jake would know to go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. And it creates this sort of like paradox.
It's like, because it's interesting because it's like almost a perfect example of a closed loop time travel system where like everything that happens will always happen and there's no deviation from it. It's all well and good until you remember that the whole point of the movie is that they're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. And so they change the past, so the rules don't apply anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like it doesn't fucking work from a conceptual standpoint.
Meanwhile, Steve is voiced by George Takei.
Is he actually? Oh my god.
And the lady turkey, the Native American horrific stereotype turkey.
The lady turkey that they give female mammalian features.
Yeah, she has like
yeah.
The vague suggestion of boobs.
Yeah, she has the vague suggestion of boobs and like broad hips. Like, why would you do that?
But she's voiced by Amy Poehler.
Oh my god.
I want to talk about her a little bit though, because like
Okay.
outside of having like basically no character outside of being like
girl.
the native woman that the white coded main character falls in love with. She also has that weird eye thing. I think that's a character trait, right? That counts.
Yeah, that's supposed to be. It's the idea of a character trait.
Because like when she experiences emotion, her eye like just disconnects.
Mm-hmm.
And she fixes it by sucking on her thumb and then blowing her thumb that she has because she's a turkey.
Her turkey thumb.
Her turkey thumb. And she like blows it back into place like it's a balloon.
Was that supposed to represent something, or was that just like a weird visual gag?
I think it's just a thing that happened. And there's a lot of just things that just happen in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's a collection of ideas that are not fleshed out in any way, shape, or form.
Like you think about the whole like first half hour of this movie. It's just about this turkey who's the pardon turkey. Because if you're not from the U.S.
Oh god, we have a great tradition.
The pardon turkey is a thing where a president President of the United States goes to a random turkey farm and just like points at a turkey and is like, don't kill this one.
Yeah, it's funny.
And like, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure that in real life, the pardon turkey does not go to the White House and like sit and then order pizza and watch Spanish telenovelas, learn about the Sigma, and he falls down the alt-right pipeline.
God. Fucking the pizza. Can we talk about the blatant product placement that's just everywhere in this movie?
I didn't even register that the pizza was an actual brand. Is it an actual brand?
It's Chuck E. Cheese.
Wait, really?
It just says on the side of the box Chuck E. Cheese, and it has a picture of Chuck E. Cheese on it. Of course, that's the only fucking company that would sponsor your movie. Is the one that's like going out of business because of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I want to talk about the villain of this movie for a second.
Is there a villain in this movie?
Yeah, you remember the weird hunter guy who lives with, like, they make like a whole storyline for the Pilgrims, just to make up like a whole story about what was going on with the Pilgrims, where they basically just copy like all the characters from Pocahontas.
Oh, of course.
But then there's also this weird hunter guy who has like this weird like vendetta against turkeys specifically. Like there's like a whole thing where like the people are like starving and they need food, and like this guy's like focused like, no, I will get you turkeys because I said it'd get you turkeys. I will not settle for anything else. You know, if they're starving pilgrims, historically, people who are in starving situations are not very picky about what they're eating.
No, it's definitely like here's the pitch meeting. They sat down and they said, okay, they're going to go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what's going to happen.
It really does feel like that.
Yeah.
Like after they actually travel back in time, the movie just loses all of its steam.
Like it could have been no, it would have still been bad. It would have been a really bad. It could have been a really bad 30-minute short film, but at least it wouldn't have gotten as bad as it did.
And then, like, at the end, the villain guy gets sucked up into the black hole, which, if you think about it, is really fucked up. Because you know what happens to people in black holes? They
get fucking turned into spaghetti.
Yeah, or they get turned to, like, W.D. Gaster or something.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, the movie is weirdly, like, homoerotic.
Isn't it? That, like, there's, like, multiple scenes where, like, the buff turkeys, there's, like, there's like 3 or 4 scenes where they're just like doing like mating dances to each other.
They like animated the turkeys' asses flexing.
Yeah, no, that's like his ass and his turkey boobs are like a running gag. He goes pecs glutes, and it's great. Everyone wants to see it.
It's such a treat of a movie.
It's medicine for the soul.
And then, like, there's, like, the bit where the old turkey, like, they're, like, the old wise turkey, because, you know, like, every Native American tribe in movies has, like, an old wise guy who's basically a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
And they're also blind, also.
Of course.
He, like, goes up to like, Jake, the big buff turkey, and he goes, like, you have traveled a great distance. And he's, like, holding his hand in front of him, his face, like, he's, like, using the Force to read his mind or something.
Yeah. And
then he turns over to Reggie, and he's like, you and your lovely wife. She's so soft and feminine, and like kisses Reggie's hands, and I just thought that was great, you know. And Reggie's like backstory is funny. They like have this whole scene where he's like at like turkey church or something. They're talking, and like the turkey pastor is talking about how like everything is made out of corn. The Reggie's like, I think they call that the sun. Like he says it on the most like Reddit atheist thing, like actually.
It's called the sun. But how would you know? You're a turkey.
My grandmother said that she was waiting to see her husband in heaven, and I had to
let her know that there's no such thing.
I had to disabuse her of that notion.
I had to enlighten her. Can someone, a request for the audience, if there's any artists, could someone draw Reggie from Freebirds smoking a pipe with a fedora, holding his finger up, going, actually?
Everyone needs to see this.
This is the contest. The winner of the contest gets $7,000. No, we'll pay for your college.
Yeah,
This is not true, by the way. We're not doing that.
It's legally
just keep me out of legal trouble.
Legally binding.
Legally binding.
There's a thing at the end of the movie where they have like a end credit sequence where they have like a bunch of different images and stuff shown throughout the world, and so it shows like a bunch of different like American historical things, but with turkeys on them. Like there's like president turkeys and stuff like that, and like Turkey Mount Rushmore. And I wonder if the implication is meant to be that after this, like they just use the time machine to go fuck around with the rest of U.S. history.
Yeah. And
it makes me wonder, like, could the turkeys have prevented 9/11? That's the question that is on all of our minds.
You know, that would have been actually a really funny ass movie.
I mean, we got pitches. We got lots of pitches.
Yeah. What company did this movie?
I don't know. Blue Sky, maybe?
No, it wasn't Blue Sky. Blue Sky did Rio, I thought. This is not the same company that did fucking Rio. That can't be right.
I mean, they also did the Ice Age movies. I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
This movie had a budget of $55 million, by the way.
Yeah, and it made its money back by like 50,000 more, I think.
Just barely made a profit.
Just barely. And I'm honestly fucking surprised that it made its money back. Who went to go see Freebirds opening weekend?
Well, I mean, they wanted to know what happened to the turkeys that went back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
Real FX Creative Studios. They made Monster House?
They did?
Yeah. And they made The Tale of Despereaux, and they made 9.
Oh, I remember 9. What a dip in quality.
I'm gonna look at the cast now for the other people. Keith David's in this.
I have no idea who that is.
Keith David, you don't know Keith David? He's Dr. Facilier in Princess and the Frog.
Oh, okay.
He's in a bunch of other stuff. But he's the cat in Coraline.
Yeah, okay.
And Dan Fogler.
Dan Fogler, I saw his name and I was like, I had to look up if it was the same Dan Fogler that played William Barfy in the hit musical The 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. It is. It's the same fucking guy. He's also the American in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, he's like the only good character in those movies.
Yeah, why the hell is award-winning actor Dan Fogler showing up in Freebirds? Why are any of these heavily accoladed, beloved actors, why did they go, this looks like a fucking wonderful movie. I'm going to sign on to this.
Like Amy Poehler, who is like in the midst of her run on Parks and Rec, like one of the biggest shows in the world.
Yeah, why?
This movie is an enigma. And we haven't even like talked about like the character, like the little girl character in the opening.
Oh, she's the best part.
I love like child characters that say annoying things, and it's funny because they're annoying, but being annoying is funny when they're cute, right?
I thought her joke about fucking whatchamacallit. That's the girl who likes my daddy. Yeah. That's the guy who's getting a divorce. That's like the only decent joke in the movie.
Yeah, to the oversharing kid. I actually do like that joke. I like the part where after she says that's the girl who likes my daddy in front of her dad, and like this woman is like mortified.
Yeah, they just stare at each other for like 2 seconds.
And the girl's like, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
That's, good job, movie. You got a good one. You got a little chuckle out of it.
Yeah, congratulations. Pack it up. Just don't make the rest of the movie, please don't finish your movie.
And you think about like Jake's backstory. It's like really dark ass storyline where like his mom was in like one of those factory farms.
Oh god, that was so fucking like really weird.
It was so dark. And I mean, I know the movie's about them like going back in time to like stop like the mass cannibalization of their race or whatever. I always thought it was weird that the premise of the whole movie is that like if Thanksgiving wasn't a thing, people wouldn't eat turkey.
Yeah.
It's like one day out of the year, guys.
I mean, they are right. Who the fuck eats turkey?
I wonder what the world of Freebirds in the post-pizza timeline, I'll call it. They like still eat pizza like 200 years later. It's the exact same as it was. So did America like it taste like modern day pizza for the first time? And they're like, we gotta make that. And then like they just tried to reverse engineer it or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Like while we were on the call when we were talking about the Chuck E. Cheese pizza, I thought, so did they like just fucking guess the ingredients and get it spot on?
And if this is a society that like lives hand in hand with turkeys now, because turkeys gave us pizza, which, to be fair,
Yeah.
probably would like guarantee the turkey race some immunity if they were like responsible for us having pizza or something.
I don't know what else to say about this movie. What do you have?
Oh, I have one more thing. The really weird gag where they like fold their hands together and they make like binoculars, and then like in the back in time, the other like copy of Jake Turkey has like a spyglass instead of a binocular, and he can actually like magnify it with it. And there's like a scene where he tells Reggie to do it, and Reggie just like puts his hands up and he's like, "Oh my god, this is actually a binocular." And like he magnifies it and he like opens his hand and there's nothing in there. He's literally just looking at his hands, and he goes back and he uses it again. And they never explain it. It's just like a quirk of the world, I guess, that turkeys have the ability to magnify what's ahead of them by just like mimicking having a binoculars.
Yeah, this movie is really just a fucking don't ask questions, just enjoy it. And then you can't even enjoy it, to be completely honest.
Like, it could be like absurdist humor, but it's like the only joke like this in the movie.
Definitely. If I could rate Freebirds, I would probably give it 1 bird out of like 5.
I would give it 2 going backing out of times out of 5 to get back turkeys off the menu. Maybe 2.5.
You know what? I'll give it 3 birds. I'll give Freebirds 3 birds out of 10.
3 birds out of 10.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yes, thank you. I worked on it all night. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cinematic like masterpiece that I don't think will ever be topped.
It won't be forgotten, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, we're still talking about it 10 years later. It must say something.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for watching TSD Talks Freebirds video. I don't even know if this is going to get uploaded.
I honestly don't know. It was fun anyways, though.
Have you heard about the turducken?